Episode 6. Daniel takes the seat on my other side and puts his arms on my shoulders. I take a deep breath and smell his scent and let it comfort me. Andrei and Ben told me that you have been thinking of bringing me to the Lycan kingdom and taking me as your chosen mate. I say and look at Daniel. Did they say that? Itors. Daniel muttered and blushed slightly. Linus chuckled. It isn't so bad actually, and you won't die, because the bond will be artificial. Artificial? I ask and look at Linus in confusion. Yeah. With a witch's help, Linus winks at me and earns a growl from Daniel. Well, it is tempting, but I don't know if I want to live another life with Emily again, sigh. Let's not talk about this right now. Let's take a swim instead, Daniel say, and pulls me up in his arms. But I didn't bring a swimsuit. I protested and tried to get down, and Daniel just smiled at me. Linus laughed and followed us outside, and I really tried my hardest to get down from Daniel's arms when I suddenly was airborne, and then I hit the water. I will kill him. I force my body to relax, and I sink to the bottom of the pool and lay still. I could hear Daniel and Linus shouting my name, but I didn't move at all. I even closed my eyes and relied on my senses and my wolf. Both guys dived into the pool, but Linus reached me first as he grabbed my head and forced it up, probably to look in my eyes. Daniel grabbed my arm and turned me over, and I let him when I felt Linus touch my lips with his thumb. I opened my eyes. Linus screamed underwater, although only bubbles came out, but he didn't move away fast enough as I headbutt him hard enough to draw blood. I started to spin my body around and flung Daniel into Linus' body, and they crashed into the wall. They tried to untangle themselves from each other, and I swam up to the surface in the meantime. As I broke the water surface and took a deep breath, I was lifted by a pair of strong hands. Ben. Impressive water dance. Are you perhaps a mermaid? Ben chuckled. Yeah, almost. I have always been really good at holding my breath. I some water say and shake my head and splash onto Ben that is blushing real hard. Your tank top made your skin visible, Linus said as he climbed out of the pool. I looked down on myself and noticed he was indeed right. I will go get you a shirt, Daniel said while Ben turned around. He will probably get one of his own to drench you in his scent. By the way, Nora, what is that scar on your back? Linus said, and I frowned but touched my shoulder. Oh, that. Well, I told you guys that I am one of the top warriors in this pack, and one day on training I encountered rogues, and a lot of battle happened. Then someone slashed a silver knife down my back, and I was put in a coma for roughly a week to be able to heal myself. I explain and look away just as Daniel comes back with a black shirt in his hand. Linus was right. The shirt had Daniel's smell on it, and I chuckled at the thought. All three guys had turned away from me now, so I could change my tank top. Cute. Ben? If you don't mind that I ask, but what are you going to do now? With Emily, I mean. I ask him when I have finished changing, and Ben looks back at me. I don't know. We don't get a second chance, mate, like regular werewolves do, but neither me nor my Lycan likes her. She is mean and superficial. Ben growled and looked away with a sad expression. You know, Emily hasn't always been this mean. When we were younger, we were best friends, but I think that the pressure from our school friends and her dad turned her into a mean bitch. I explain, and now all three guys stare at. Don't defend her, Nora. She isn't worth it. Our Lycans can sense when someone is rotten, and Emily is rotten to the core. She will never change. Daniel growls low, and Linus nods his head. So how about we go inside instead and play something? Forget about the boring stuff for a while. I know they have some cool stuff inside that I want to try at least once. I say, and all three guys agree with me. I push away the thoughts that invade my mind. If their Lycans can sense that about Emily, then what do they sense about me? Sigh. The rest of the day was absolutely one of my best. We played a lot of games. The Xbox is my favorite so far, although I always lost, but it was so much fun to play with others. Then we laughed a lot so my stomach started to hurt, but we cried even worse when Linus brought food that he cooked. The other guys came and joined us too, and I finally got to meet two of their lost friends, Fred and Nick. They complained about the food so offered and made enough sandwiches to feed half of the pack. I was highly praised by the guys, and Daniel was busy growling at all the guys when they touched me. We all laughed at him, and he blushed as he couldn't control his Lycan's possessiveness. Hey Nora, I know this isn't my place, but the time has really flown away, and shouldn't you do some girly stuff before the ball? Gray asked me, and I gasped in horror. I had put up a mean towel block on the mind link, not wanting anyone to disturb my fun time. And as I dropped the block, I also dropped to the floor, clutching my head as my mom's loud voice is ringing through it. Nora, where in the world are you? Young lady, come home this instant or you will regret it. I whimpered at her voice and answered, Yes, Mom. Once the ringing stopped, I opened my eyes and looked up into Daniel's gray eyes. He had catched me before I crashed onto the floor. I noticed that all of the guys looked concerned for me. I'm okay, but I should get home or my mom will kill me. I will see you guys tonight. At the pack house, I say and give them a small smile. Yeah, we will see you later. Can we meet by the forest line? Linus asks, and all guys relax as I smile and nod. I practically ran home, and to say that my mom was pissed off was an understatement. You go take a shower and shave. We don't have much time to get you ready for tonight. Only 45 minutes. Hurry, my mom said and looked on the verge of a breakdown. It was my absolutely fastest shower and shaving in my entire life. My mom was satisfied and started with my hair by curling it. Then she tried to do the makeup, and after a bit of arguing that I won, she didn't put so much on my face. Some eyeshadow and lip gloss. Then she showed me the dress. It was stunning. A deep emerald color, one shoulder, and the skirt flared a bit but stopped around my knees. Mom put my hair onto the shoulder that was bare and covered my scar elegantly, and also made sure my scent could be smelled by ease. My mom took a pair of flats out that were decorated by green rhinestones. Come, let's show your dad, Mom said, and I nodded my head with a bright smile. Even I think that I am beautiful. You are so beautiful, my baby girl. But you really need to go now or you will be late, Dad said and hugged me. As I walked down the stairs and out of the pack house, I was ambushed by Emily and the triplets. They kicked me behind the knees and I fell down in the dirt. When I tried to get up, Emily growled and took out a knife. The triplets held me down while Emily cut my dress into nothing. She even cut my skin so I bled all over it. I trashed against them, but I was tired and slow in my movements. The knife, it must be silver-plated. This is your own fault. You little slut. That Lycan is my mate, and you will not be in my way. Do you understand? Emily growled and stomped down her shoe in my face before kicking me in my stomach.
Full story is available at novelpalace.com. Click the link in the comment section to get it free.